right, guys. Whoa, lots of stuff falling in the jar today. I like to see that. I hope you're all having a good one. Lots of updates, lots of updates. Good things happening all around, guys. I think we're at, what is it, 440 for members right now? Let me refresh you real quick. In the Discord, we have 451 members. That is quite a few. We have made a few changes to it. Admin wife moved up voice channels to the top. We've got socials in here. There's nothing populated yet, but here in a hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow, we should have everything I post on YouTube in here and everything I post on X. And it will be a channel where people can't speak, but they can react. And so you'll be able to see all of my content from both sources right here. So you won't have to leave the Discord. Again, welcome. We'll skip that. We got chat, suggestions, and suggestion box under general, and we're starting to populate more information. Again, all the trades are found under my portfolio, guys. You can see it all right here. Portfolio allocations are under this section. We've got to clean it up, though. We let too many people chat in there. We got to fix some of that. And then we are going to be adding, so we put this back. We're going to be adding to this, probably 3Xing this list, and we're going to keep it in single fashion in here, but also too, you'll be able to find it underneath the stocks section. So you'll be able to go in here, you'll be able to click on different things. You can see people already having conversations, but the difference is there will be a pin in here too that will show you when you click on it. Like right now, right up here, top right, do you guys see this? That little pin? If you click on that, you'll be able to see the chart for whatever category you're under. So we're going to be doing that with all the stocks, all the cryptos, the indices, the commodities, every chart I have, you'll have accessible underneath these channels. And we've got them broken down under stocks, Bitcoin, crypto, and then I think bonds or something down at the bottom. And then I'll have commodities and indices. I try and put them in order of operation of how likely they are to be selected. So that way it's quickly accessible to you. And we're also looking at potentially doing another bot that's more AI based and that'll be able to quickly help you find and source whatever content you're looking at just by the click of a button. You could probably get a lot of it through the search, but I think there's better tools out there too. So lots of changes with the Discord. Very excited about that. Also, on X, again, I have subscriptions now. It's pretty exciting. I somehow got this after 16, 18 months of being signed up for it. I think it was because I bitched for the 20th fucking time. Anyway, so I've got subscriptions from what I set almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, and it's $4.99 I think for the fee. And if you sign up through the desktop, I get the full thing instead of losing 30% to Apple stores or Google. So if you want to support, you do get a number of things like this post that I put up here today for Tesla. I said demand is not a problem for Tesla, which is why the stock is going to be a rocket ship to the moon very soon. Now, I said this, I maybe didn't provide enough clarity. So this is inventories. You can see individual model numbers. And now that I look at it, it doesn't actually say inventories, so I can see why people are confused. But if you look here, you can see how for months we've been seeing declining inventories. We know that China had a record-breaking month or months, and that they're going to have a great quarter. And we know that we're seeing the Model Y probably take, based on registrations, the number one spot for the most American, or the most sold car in America. It had already had that for the world as being the most popular, but now it's actually going to be in the United States for every car. I think the F-150 is what it's stealing the helm from. So we know with massive amounts of demand and with a reduction in inventory that these guys, unlike all the other automakers that are out there, they don't have a problem with demand at all. And if anything, they need to speed up because their inventories can go plenty high from here. So the fact that they're dropping is beautiful. It just means this is just a well-oiled machine, guys, that has record numbers, and the rest of the auto sector is hurting right now. Especially companies like Stellantis. They've got so much inventory sitting in the new and used auto markets. It's a fucking disaster. So Tesla's doing really good. And in the future on X, I will be taking some posts like this every once in a while, and I'll be putting them behind my subscribe button because I think I know that the way I'm driven, if I have an extra incentive, I will work harder for it, and I want to work hard for you guys, and I want to give you something of value that doesn't cost you a lot of money. And I think it'll be a lot more profitable than your Netflix subscription if you get this and you get Discord. I'm just throwing it out. So you'll get posts like the one I just had. You'll get my thesis on markets and timing, and you'll get the ability to request that I review a ticker from perspective of like TA financials, maybe a little bit of fundamentals during the market opens and the recaps, Monday through Friday. And you'll be supporting me, which is cool. So again, if you are interested in doing that, if you take the time to not do it on mobile, that's awesome. Otherwise, just doing it at all is pretty awesome. So I appreciate you guys. I will work hard for you. I promise you. All right. What did we have today? So let's just go back. We'll do a real quick recap on what happened in regard to the economic data. We're actually, you know what? There isn't too much to report from today. There is, we are seeing on the 10-year bond, we're seeing tick up in it since the Fed dropped rates by 50. Some people are making a big deal out of that. I actually think that's just oscillation where the inversion was occurring, and that it doesn't really matter. I think, like I've said, if we look over here at oh, did I mark this as the 10-year? Yeah. This is the yield curve inversion, right? The 2-year, 10-year. So you can see how we're getting up near the levels that I was talking about, but we're going to start curling back here. And when we curl back, the 10-year bond won't see rates going up. They'll be going down. It'll be normal. And these guys will eventually catch up to that. But right now, they don't seem to understand it. So it is what it is. But let's keep rocking here. So let's look at the economic calendar. That's from Wednesday. We want to skip that one. I actually went back a little bit because I wanted to make a point. Let's see here, Thursday. So tomorrow is what I really care about. We had new home data, like building permits. We did see a few good things. Let me go back. There are a couple of good things here. If you look at the mortgage market index and go into here, it's about, if you look back over here, it sits about July 2022 is what we're hitting for highs right now. So this is actually off of historical lows going back to the 90s is starting to pick up pace. It's not as visual, though, as I think some of the data is that I really like. Let me hop in here. Mortgage applications. So this one sucks. It's month over month. My bad. All right, let's go back over here. Mortgage market. This is the one. This is the good stuff. So if we look over here at the mortgage market index, you can see how we're hitting levels that we haven't hit since about June of 2022. This is a big deal. This is showing that the housing market is getting ready to reignite. We don't even have spring coming yet, guys, and it looks good. If we look at the refi index too, we can see again we're hitting levels since April of 2022. 2.5 years ago almost. So we're seeing the ignition switch is kicking in, and it has a ways to go, guys. Like I said earlier today, I think it was today. I don't know. All the days blur together. I've been working too much. But we basically, in the last 4 years, created 1 France of GDP. 1 France of GDP in this country. And so we have this actor effect of oscillation where we're on the ride up. We're on the roller coaster, and it's still going up. And it's going to be a good ride. And it's not coming down anytime soon. This is like a massive fucking train. It doesn't stop quickly. It's like the biggest train on earth. Think of it that way. So, and again, you can see this across all of these things. New home sales, I don't even know if I looked at those. Yeah, no, we did. They're ticking up too. It's all good. But this is nothing compared to what's coming in the spring. Seasonality matters within the housing market. Tomorrow, though, is the really big day, guys, for economic data. We've got durable goods, GDP growth rates, jobs, corporate profits. Everything you could think of is in here. And we have 6 Fed chairmen speaking. And we have Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, along with Kansas Fed manufacturing and composite. There's just so much stuff. There's consumer spending. There's so many things coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a really big day for economic data. And here's the thing. We'll need to evaluate it pretty early. So I'll be up. I'll probably get up at 7 tomorrow and start up the show, maybe 7:15 at the latest. Because between 7:15 and 9:30, it's just going to be like, well, really, no. Probably like till 8, and then you'll have a gap, and then we'll have more data at 9. Yeah, 9:30. It's going to be all morning, guys. I might, if I have the time, I might do a really long stream. Maybe we'll get through like a ton of tickers. If you guys want to look at stocks, and we can talk about a whole bunch of this stuff along the way tomorrow. But maybe we'll do a little more of a marathon because I think it warrants it. It's going to be a big day. All right, something else I wanted to play here real quick. We'll jump into this. Let me check chat too. Let me get into chat, guys. I'm not even paying attention to chat. Didn't even have it up and running. What am I thinking? Simone, thank you for signing up. Christopher, VB, you too. Oak, yo, David Parquetney, hello. Marty McFly, hey everyone. I hopped in. Marty McFly says my Discord is on fire. I do agree. I would never have guessed within 48 hours we would have almost 500 people in there. You guys are awesome. Henrik says, let's make some money. I agree. MB, Jesse posted this on Discord as well. You should review your position on Meta. He's going to kill, I'm assuming he is Zuckerberg, is going to kill the iPhone, be a dominating AI agents company via WhatsApp. Yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, Meta's probably going to continue to make money. They're just a really huge company. I actually am bullish on Meta. I'm almost liking Mark Zuckerberg. I just don't know if I trust him. Dogden, hello from Romania, 11 p.m. here, making money when others go to sleep. That's fucking awesome. That's a good way to spend a night, man. You got your head on your shoulders. Alex Garcia, hey guys, Michael Quinn, you're killing it, Jesse. Hope you don't burn out too much. It's a marathon, buddy. We need you for the long. Yeah, I've had a few people say that to me. I don't know if it's you, maybe it's others too. No, I'm good, man. I'm actually having fun. There's a weird thing about my psychology. I think I'm most happy when overwhelmed by new things. And I think the day I stop doing that is probably the day that I'm going to be in trouble. Wagabond, Yo-Yo Jesse, I'd appreciate a view on Cypher making moves. Yeah, we definitely have to look at Cypher. It's been, what, like 35% in 2 days? It's fucking crazy. But it's going to happen with all of them, guys. MB converted to 10% of my Tesla leaps into Meta today. And I'm going to look to do more of this. Please have a look at today's announcement. Yeah, I can look at it. I don't care really that much. Yeah, no, just by market cap alone, I wouldn't make that move, especially with the options I have. But you guys do you. You can always do you. I never have a problem with that. Marty McFly, Michael, yeah, that too. Let's see, Nick, what's up, all? If you haven't joined the Discord yet, you definitely should. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it, man. Silas, hello. 850Z. Do you know how many Tesla shares Stephen Mark Ryan has? I don't know. It's probably a shit ton. He's one of the reasons, like, he's one of the few. Actually, it was Galley. I don't know if you guys know Galley. He used to really be like a Tesla guy. Him and Arca were big with Kathy Wood. They were like the people that pushed Tesla. And maybe Jeremy LaFarve too. This was before Kevin, I think. Maybe he was around that time, and I just didn't know him. But yeah, there were some legends back in the day, and but after that came Stephen Mark Ryan, and he was just I like him. He doesn't hold back, kind of like me. So I dig the guy a lot. Needs 55 afternoon all. Silas, Jesse, go become a librarian already. I feel like that with the Discord. Alfredo Hernandez. Anybody listen to the Theo Von podcast with Mark Cuban today? Check it out when you can. Clearly, Mark Cuban is in bad with the Harris team. I probably don't even want to hear it. He sounds like such an idiot. I agreed with him on like one thing today. What was it? Oh yeah, firing Gary Gensler. That was it. But Trump's already doing that. So Alex Garcia, MU flying on earnings. Micron is cool. We should look at that too. Needs 55. I'll collect any tickers till we get to it. Thank you, Needs. That's awesome. This community is great. Alex Garcia, After Hours, Cam Prague. Hi, everyone. Jesse, would you convert Tesla leaps or it isn't worthy at these levels? I've been selling some, and again, I posted about it on X and then again in the Discord. If you go back over here, you can see them on both. But I sold a little bit, but just a small amount. I mean, I've still got a massive. I'm like at 1.2 million, maybe more. Where did we even land today? Let me see. Let me refresh real quick here, guys. I'll pull up my account. And we can look at it. It looks like I'm down today. Not six figures. Maybe like 70K or something. And let's just pull it up. So it looks like Tesla was the one really kind of good star in the portfolio. It says it was up 27, so it's probably up maybe 30,000 because I sold a little bit. I sold like 2. I didn't sell a lot. And then I bought more BITX too. I couldn't resist. Let's see here. I bought 1,400 shares of BITX. That's a decent amount. I think that's like $50,000 or $55,000 worth. So I'm buying the dip in Bitcoin, guys, and I'm doing it with Tesla. And the best part is when you look down here, guys, when you look down here, this is what makes me smile, okay? It's when I see that, it's when I know I've already sold $500,000 in this thing, and I've got 200,000 in another account, maybe more now. And so I'm sitting at 1.24 million on this. I've already made 119% on what's left in here. And so like I'm so in the money on this. When I scrape some off every day and I throw it in my favorite things, like today, what was my favorite thing today? It was BITX. That was my favorite thing today. And I bought $55,000 worth or something because I got 63. I guess maybe I bought more than that, huh? I don't know. But I've got a decent amount in here, and I'm gonna maybe add more to that. I might play with that Mara play that we were looking at for like June or July or something. I never looked up the options on it. I should probably do that. But I'm looking at that too, on buying the dip on that. And there's others. I mean, maybe I'll do it with PayPal. Maybe I've already got so much. I'm like at 500,000. I'm only down 21%. I've come back so much. I don't know if I want to buy any. I bought the dip hard, guys. I'm down like less than 20% when I factor in my other account, and that from where I was, that's pretty good. But CleanSpark being down again today, that looks interesting too. But I have 170,000 just in here in options. So I don't know. I'll look tomorrow. I think if I get interested and I figure out a good one with the Morrow one, I'll let you guys know. I might look at MicroStrategy too. If we continue to see any kind of Bitcoin drop, that's where my interest is right now. It's buying Bitcoin drops, and then if let's say I just keep making too much money, then I get more interested in should I buy some Hood if it keeps dropping? Should I buy ArcG? Should I buy PayPal? Then I get interested in those. But I think my primary focus right now is Bitcoin related items and maximizing my exposure to them. I think that's how I get rich. I mean, I'm already rich, but richer. Richer. All right, let me see here. Let's get through. Hey everyone. Okay, that was that. Cam Prague, Stock Philippe's, Oak, my dog at work listening until customers come in. Awesome. Tell him, just put the close sign on. Needs 55. Let's support the man with the like button, folks. Thank you. Chris X, will the Discord chat also be included in the market recaps? Discord chat be included? No. No, I won't show this normally. I'm just showing you what it's like, and I'll show you guys when there's feature enhancements. But the Discord is kind of its own standalone thing. The goal is to have it be a one-stop shop for you to be able to see what I'm doing on X and YouTube for videos and content, and also to provide suggestions on ways that we can improve the setup that we have. But showing my trades, portfolio allocation, all the charts that we're going to be tracking, which is going to be a shit ton. And I might even do a couple of pairs, especially on really popular companies like Tesla. Obviously anything Bitcoin related, and many others. I'll look to have, a couple of different charts that really kind of show you how cool everything is. You'll have access to that, and you have access to the community. You can chat with each other. People that are alphas and whales can actually have conversations in the voice channel up here. I don't know if anybody is one of those. Oh, maybe RWS is. But I could click on that and enter that channel and have a conversation with them. People are in here actually chatting with each other, man. It's fucking awesome. It's cool when you click on different things and you can see the conversations people are having and the data they're putting in. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome to see. So it's already starting to grow, and it's exciting to see just how much communication is already happening on these. And then again, in the top right over here, you can click on the pinned tweets. Oh, and it's still got mine. That's cool. So I can pin more than one thing under the charts, guys. So if you're in a section and there's any important information you want to know, you'll click the little pin up here. And if it's a chart, if it's a couple of charts, whatever, I'll have them spelled out in here for you. And you can click on them and then look at them. So whatever categories you're in, you'll be able to do that stuff. So, and again, we're just getting started. This is going to be fucking awesome. But yeah, it's standalone on that. We're not going to be going through that all the time. All right, so let me see. I'm going to get a little bit further in chat, and then I want to play this next video because I think he made some really awesome points, and I want you guys to think about them. Let me just make sure. I'm just going to get caught up in chat here. Yeah, Micron moving in the after hours. It's up 10%. Kick ass. Definitely remind me about that one when we get to the stocks section, Davo. Definitely. Let's see here. We got some more conversations on top. You're up. Oak says he's up 270% on Meta. Yeah, I made $250,000 on Meta last year. I made like 500 or 600% or something in a very short period of time. I could have held it for longer and really made a stupid amount of money, but it wasn't bad. Chris Federal says, any chance you can get Paul Pelosi on the channel? I hear he's a very sharp investor. Yeah, no, I hear that too. I think his wife helps him out. She coaches him. Sealess, yes, 1 France of GDP almost, but also too much of it is based on government acts. Oh yeah, no, totally. It's fucking destructive on our future, bro. I'm just talking about the short term. I'm talking about like the next 6 months plus. The market's getting juiced. But yeah, is it bad? Is it bad for us to just spend money with no budgeting, no thought? Is it bad for the government to spend 50 billion fucking dollars connecting 0 fucking people in rural areas to the internet and also building 8 fucking charging stations for $50 billion? Yes, that's bad. Is it bad to ship immigrants into the country and then give them credit cards that have tens of thousands of dollars on them? Yes, it's incredibly destructive to our economy. But over the next 6 months, it's great. So long term, make sure you vote for the right person, and that will be helpful. But either way, we're going up. That's my take. Liquidity is going up. You can see it in China. Everything is playing out just like I've foretold it to be. Not that I'm somebody like some prophet or something, but things are lining up, right? You have expectations of what you expect, and they're coming in line. And in a lot of cases, they're way better than I ever would have dreamed. Like Bitcoin, I never would have dreamed we were in the situation we're in. I never would have dreamed we'd have the liquidity ramping up that we have right now across China and the United States, or presidents talking about just printing trillions and trillions more dollars. But that's the situation we find ourselves in, and I'm trying to invest for the markets so that I can make money off of them. El Mossy Racing says, anyone in the chat from Northern Europe that could recommend a good platform broker for options? Thank you. Yeah, I don't know Europe. If any of you guys know, please tell them. Oak up 270% on Meta. Oh, that was earlier. Yes. 2 a.m. Hey, Jesse, can we look at? Yes, later, definitely. And I think our buddy Needs is going to be compiling that list, so you can thank him for it. 2 a.m. Robin, hey, Jesse, do you think Tesla will correlate with Bitcoin this cycle as strongly as 2021? Yeah, kind of. I mean, it'll be liquidity going in and risk on going up. There'll be a correlation there, but Bitcoin will probably be the greater multiplier unless you have options on Tesla. Mike Lauk, Cuban compared Trump to Sanders because of him talking about capping credit card interest rate. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of stupid. Capping credit card interest rates just keeps banks from being able to gorge poor people. So I think they've been gorged on enough in society. The bottom 40% have really been fucked over the last 4 years. So I don't know. Bernie Sanders isn't always an idiot. Just like, again, what he says sounds good. It sounds great. He sounds like he's just going to help everybody with everything. But it's the fact that he wouldn't be able to because the ideology he believes in is not correct. Davo, yeah, Micron moving the market up 10%. Too Shiny says, anyone buying Novo Nordisk? I have not bought it. Maybe we can look at it later. Can you add that one on the list, Needs? Might have missed something here. Scrolled. Can't scroll. Scroll bad. Here, you know what? I'm going to take a break anyway. We're going to jump over. I want to listen to this video. It has to deal with the economy, kind of. And I think he has some wise words, and I'll probably add to him like I normally do.
Belsky raised his price target.
That's right.
He said to 6,100.
That's right.
And assuming that earnings are going to hold up and deliver the kind of results that he expects they will, justifying the multiple that he thinks is deserved.
To state the obvious, if earnings don't hold up, if the economy does turn down, then 6,100 is not going to happen.
Well, you think 24.5 times or whatever the market's trading at is realistic?
So he's asking him, because this is a playbook. I might have it pulled up when we look at our economic data, but there's all these people that are like, oh my God, guys, the sky's fallen. We're looking at valuations that when you look at the valuations historically, they show the markets plummeting afterwards. These are like peak valuations. But he's going to make a case as to why it could be here for a very long time, maybe even go higher. And I think it's a good one, and I think you should listen to it.
I don't love the infatuation with the multiple. Listen, the multiple tells me a lot about market expectations and risk tolerance, et cetera, but at the end of the day, it's never been and never will be, never has been a market timing tool. The same people who are saying that the market is expensive at 21, 22 times are the people who are telling the people at home that the stock market was expensive at 17, 18, 19 times. The market is rich to its history. Now, again, a lot of that has to do not with some broad-based overvaluation, but with the weight that's conveyed upon the market by NVIDIA, by Apple,
the big dogs,
et cetera, all of which trade with higher growth profiles, so they trade at higher multiples. But I don't love the idea that, well, stocks can't go up, which is the insinuation.
It's completely fucking wrong.
Because they're at 22 times forward or whatever. They can certainly go up. They were expensive. The first time the idea of a stock market bubble started percolating in the mid-1990s was 1995. The irrational exuberance speech famously is 1996.
So 1995 and 1996 were irrational exuberance. Can you guys hear signal? Can anybody hear it? Do I need to turn up the volume? Because 95 to 96, we didn't even have a collapse until the end of 99. And I think this is what we're in, at least for now. Again, who gets elected and how things play out over the next 3 to 6 months is going to be impactful for the future of this country and our economy and the world. But he's right.
And equities continue to go on and make new highs for years. So telling me equities are overvalued doesn't really do much for me over the next 6 or 12 months.
Okay, so.
Yep, and that's the thing. That's what you got to take away from it, guys, is that none of that matters. None of that matters. The whole overvalued thing is stupid, and it's don't listen to people that are talking about it. It might be the popular narrative, but it doesn't make it right. Also, so I did other stuff. We got lots of stuff today, guys. There's so much to talk about. I'll try and be efficient with the time, though. So I've changed this. I put my shitcoins right here, guys. You got them, right? This is them. Yeah, by market cap, so that you can see the weight that some of them have. It's not by my portfolio. I will adjust that in the future and probably use crypto bubbles or something like it to be able to display my portfolio based on the allocation size. So I'll have the bubbles like that in the future. But here's what I wanted to show you today. If we look here, the big red bubbles, they're big and red. But if you look around at the smaller ones, you're actually going to see a pattern where they're, for the most part, doing pretty good. And then if we switch this up a little bit, like let's say we did bubble size based on performance instead, then my shitcoin portfolio don't look too bad today. It doesn't look very risk on or risk off, does it? Does it look like the world is falling apart today? I feel like it's okay. I feel like if this is the worst the markets have to throw at us, maybe it ain't that bad. I do want to look at a few other things real quick. Let's look at fear and greed, both in stocks and in crypto. Looks like greed's a 67. That's actually kind of interesting for stocks. We'll see. I think tomorrow it'll calculate lower. And then for crypto, we're at 59. That's probably accurate. Let's see how we're doing on the CME Fed Watch tool, and then we'll look at indices here, and we'll talk to some of that. Some interesting stuff today with oil and the dollar. So now we're seeing the 50 bips, right? People are pushing harder to the 50 bips, guys, and the next 5 weeks. Almost 6 weeks, so that's interesting. 61% almost. I think that can change a lot with tomorrow's data. Again, we've got a lot of it. Real quickly here, while we're doing this, I'm going to try and get caught up with chat again, and then I'm just going to show you guys what the market did today. So this is what we're looking at, guys. Lots of red across decent parts, but, I mean, Tesla was up 1%. Go Tesla. Again, I believe very strongly that this company is going straight up. It's going straight up. I'll show you some charts in a little bit. It's going to go straight up. Marty McFly says, Elmos Racing, I'm for NL and on Interactive Brokers, IBKR. So that might be a good one for if you're in the North and Europe. KB4L says, what's your price target for Mara and CleanSpark? You know what? We should talk about that. Remind me closer to the end. It needs, if you could add that to the list. JD, hi. What's up? Silas, I gave up on a new financial YouTuber last night when he said China's GDP was going to overtake the U.S. soon. Oh, fuck. That's a cancellation. That's so 2005 and just suggest he does not do his homework. That's really bad, dude. That's really bad. Alex Garcia, averaging down on these CleanSpark calls might be a good idea. Oh, that's on my list. It's on my list. I'm just diversifying. I like to play around. Sealess, I almost was tempted to report him for misinformation or even disinformation. Yeah, you could do that nowadays. And if Kamala Harris gets elected, you can do that to anybody for any reason. Isn't that exciting? JD, Kathy Wood bought PayPal. Did you see? No, it doesn't surprise me, though. Here, I'll pull that up. Let me go back over here. We'll just do this. I'm sure I can do this. Do one of these jobs, and then she's probably... Kathy can get on a list. People like Kathy on the list. Let's see. PayPal just said it's enabling merchants to buy and hold and sell crypto directly from business accounts. What the actual fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. It's on now, guys. Oh, dude, if my PayPal calls start printing, guys, fuck. Fuck. The best setups, Lynn says, the best setups happen when fundamentals and technicals come together. Technical, picture perfect stage 2 breakout. I agree, actually. Fundamental, PayPal's new CEO, Alex Chris, is doing an incredible job. Partnerships with Amazon and Shopify, new products like Fastlane by PayPal, increasing revenues and transactions. That's a good start to the list. You know what, bud? Let's get you out there, buddy. That's a good response, actually. And well represented. I like the clear use of the chart. I love it when people make things look simple. I suck at simple. I am not simple. I am super fucking complicated. It's the way my brain works. It's a pit in here, guys. It's just full of shit. Toad Capital. PayPal has a strong fraud detection, apparently. Do they? Well, Kathy would. I don't know where you're at, Kathy. I'll look later. I believe you, though. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. All right, let me keep going here. Consumer confidence plummets. Does anybody really give a shit about the bottom 40% of America? I mean, honestly, I do, but it doesn't matter for investing. It does not. Bogdan, especially if Trump gets elected, he's going to help them so much. The tax reductions alone for Social Security and then hourly pay and tips, all those things are going to be fucking rocket fuel. Rocket fuel. They can finally get caught up. Bogdan, how do you balance investing money and spending money? When should we spoil ourselves a little bit? If you got 100K, man, I don't know, give yourself like 5. Here's the thing, like when I shave stuff off, especially initially when I'm making a bunch of money, I shave off slow. You shave off more when we get near the top. When we're overbought on a multi-year time frame, when Tesla is above 500, I'll be trimming. I'll definitely be like probably out of options, right? Probably out of options. If I've made like 10 million off of Tesla or 5 to 10, I'm happy. I'll own a lot of stock at that point, but it can go. It's gonna fly. I don't even know what my point was. It's fucking up. What are PayPal crypto fees compared to coin? I haven't fucked around with PayPal on crypto for a long time. It's actually shocking that they're talking about doing this with businesses, allowing them to be able to take crypto. I think it's awesome. And I think this company is just another sign that they're innovating and getting ready to go to the moon. You know, PYUSD is going to be used a lot, guys, a lot. All right, but I digress. Let me get caught up with comments. We got a lot to go through. Needs55 says, anyone have a better option chain other than the NASDAQ site? The damn site is always down. I'll find one. And let you know. But if somebody else has one. Juan from X says, can you post Discord link? Yes, sir, I can. If you guys ever see that too, don't hesitate. Oh, wait, you can't do links. Fuck. Micro to macro. All right, there you go, guys. That's Discord, in case anybody wants it. All right, keep going. I had to move that for a second. I use interactive brokers in Europe. 2016, 850. I might skip some of this conversation to get caught up, guys. All right, so I'm just going to do that. See, listen, I graduated college in 2001. I knew people who had accepted job offers and they got canceled. Yeah, that was a brutal time. 2001, 2008, sucked ass. Peter, Eastern Europe, IBK, okay, so interactive brokers. See, listen, I may swap Psy into SUI. What do others think? That could turn out all right. Just remember tax obligations for how long you hold something. That's my advice. Cooper, I got one 330C Tesla when me retire. Probably tomorrow, Cooper. If you got one already, I think you're going to be done really quickly. Diego Ramirez, if you have $1 million to invest in one stock, which one will you do? Probably 10 different things. That question, I'm never going to give you an answer to because I strongly believe in diversification, right? Like that is a core thesis to my investment theology. So there's a reason why, and we gotta clean this up. This was never supposed to have chat. There's a reason why though, and I've got to update this. I'll do that tomorrow probably. Sorry, I'm just trying to do a shit ton of stuff, guys. But Yeah, and then you know what? I'll see if I can add the crypto one tomorrow too. That's my two goals. I've got some stuff for Giselle to do, but she'll try and get the socials inside of Discord, and I'll try and get the portfolio allocation, maybe with options. That might be harder, but I'll try and get it too with crypto in here and on X if you subscribe. But there's a reason why I diversify, right? I want to limit my risk, and I want to have multiple asymmetric bets all pointing in different directions that can launch. And if a couple of them go up, if a couple of 7 to 10 asymmetric bets can go up, then I'm good. I'm really good. I've done it well for the year. But if half of them go up, or 60 or 70% of them go up, holy fuck, am I rich? And that's why I got 600% in 2023. And that's why I believe, even though I'm down by, it's less than 20%, I think. Even though I'm down less than 20%, I think between September 25th and the end of the year, I'm gonna be up 100% plus. So it's because of that, right? Like, it's how we roll. So I hope that answers your question. It's not one stock. It's never one stock. It's asymmetric bets in different directions. C-list, PayPal crypto fees are crazy, but I have used them for a bit. Yeah, but here's the thing. That might get better. They've got PYUSD. They've got they're building out their own exchange system, or at least back end using something. If they can integrate more at like base layer 1 and maybe use Lightning Network and start to become a real exchange for cryptocurrencies, and then integrate PYUSD, this company can really start to take off. And I think that's what we're starting to see. MB, my PayPal calls are up 50% right now, so thanks for holding the boat pointing in the right direction here. You're welcome, MB. And I think that's going to be saying hundreds of percent in the near future, probably many. Michael Myers, asking chat just joined through WAP, but can't get in Discord. Need an invite link, maybe? So I can send you, if you have a problem with that, inside of WAP, you can actually submit a ticket, and I will try and help you with it. If you include a screenshot, it is very helpful. This is the Discord right here. Let me know if you can connect to it. But make sure that if you signed up with WAP, check your email, do all the appropriate steps, submit a ticket, and I can take a look at it. I did just work on some earlier. I've got about 10 people that had issues that I was talking through. One person I closed out because they posted like 5 fucking tickets. But outside of that, looks like one person got back to me here. Thanks. I spent about 45 minutes on chat with him yesterday getting it fixed. I won't bore you with the details. I actually want to know. How did you fix it so others don't have the same problem? Thanks in advance. Okay, so I'm just asking somebody in the ticket. I don't want to show you who they are. But it looks like they had a problem too, and they said they got it fixed. I'll find out how they got it fixed to see if that helps you with your situation too. But submit a ticket on WAP, and then I will take a look at it and see if I can help. Chicken Bro, Jesse, when do you see Tesla ship their FSD to EU, or if ever? I think it's coming sooner than later. They're fighting hard for regulation over there. We'll see. I mean, Elon's got a lot of people against him in Europe, but I think it's actually sooner than you'd think. Disease Kodak, he seems a little confused on who wants to vote for. He doesn't know if he can trust Trump. Who, Cuban? Cuban's an idiot. Bogdan, let's see that juicy Tesla chart. Fuck yeah, we're doing that in a second. Disease Kodak, SMR is an absolute savage. Disease Kodak, Joe Rogan did a podcast with Shamath that came out today. I want to see that too. There is so much to do, guys. It's like trying to build out all this shit. I'll probably do a session if anybody wants to watch it with me. I'll probably be doing something like that, that Rogan one, because I want to see what Shamath has to say with Rogan. I don't know how much it's going to tie to like investing, but I think it's going to be a brilliant commentary on the current state of things, if one wants to know the truth. C-list, Dems are elitist, and those who want to be the elect, like Labour in the UK now. I agree. They're the people of war and big companies that control people. It's the exact fucking opposite of what they were when I was a kid. Alex Garcia, someone asked this already, but how do you feel about CleanSpark January 2025 calls? I don't like how short that is. I would rather have something that gives me more time, but not too much. So I don't remember if they're July or June. There's probably a bunch of different strikes that you could play with around there and look at the options calculator. But I I don't like things that are short. I just think you could do awesome, and I could be wrong, right? And if I'm wrong and you get them, you could do really, really great. And because you're going to be applying an additional multiplier because you don't have that much time. So your upside could be really, really great if it moves fast. But if it doesn't, and you lose it all, you're going to hate yourself. And you're going to wish that you had just done, given yourself enough time for it to definitely play out. Because just weigh the return, right? Look at how much extra you get for a multiplier for that shorter time frame. I'm going to say it's not worth it. That's my take. Chris X, and maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Do your research, come back. Let us know. Chris X, I guess my PayPal market penetration among merchants is too strong for X to pose a great threat here. X payments won't be a threat for years. Now, don't get me wrong. They're going to be up before that, and there could be a narrative that builds, but I'm not worried about it, at least in the next 6 months. Chicken Bro, if Elon says 10 that FSD is ready to start in China, forget Tesla and the 200s. Dude, FSD is happening now. I've been riding in 12.54 and I haven't yet to make one fucking mistake for days. So it's already here. People just don't know it yet. It's fucking amazing. We literally have it. It's here right now, guys. We're at the doorstep of it. It's not a thing in the future. It's here now. RJ Cohen, go to WAP. Going to Discord directly has issues, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe that's part of it. If you guys know, like, if there were problems and you guys figured out how to fix them, please relay that to people. Even in chat here is helpful. Maybe we need to have a place where you can tell us that, hey, I fixed this, like where we can add it to an FAQ. Throw it in the suggestion thing. Say, hey, if you need an FAQ, here's how I fixed it. That might be helpful. That way we can help the community quicker when we have problems like this. Les Walter, have many of on here switched to Hood? How do people like it? Thinking about checking it out. I like Hood. I've got an account on it. I've got shitcoins on there. It's treated me good. It's you're doing order flow, right? Like you're paying for order flow. So if you're trying to day trade or something, it would be a horrible tool. But if you're just DCAing, I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's kind of becoming the everything app. I mean, it's fighting for it in contention with a bunch of others like PayPal, for different ways and reasons. Same with SoFi. Disease Kodak. The Cantonese cat post made me my 265 call sell up a lot higher. Oh, did it? Yeah, I love. He's my favorite pussycat, man. I dig that dude. 850Z Q1 FSD China Europa slowly. Maybe Q1 single country and Q2 more. I think it's coming. Yeah, I think it's coming quick, and it's gonna start hitting all these countries. And then the narrative, guys, you need to be ahead of the narrative by at least 6 months when people realize what the fuck they have. When people start hopping in these things and it doesn't have any issues at all, and it gets them exactly where they need to go, and it costs half the price of a fucking Uber. Holy shit, we should be shorting Uber. But Tesla has a deal with Uber. I don't know. I got to do more research. But yeah, it's here, guys. It's here already. It's right now. Right now. I know other people don't have the confidence to be able to say that because they don't want to make promises, especially with the history of Elon Musk saying for like half a decade at least that it's right around the corner, over half a decade. But it's here. It's here right now. Right now. You need to ride in it. You need to understand what the fuck is going on so that you understand the gravity of what's coming. Les Walter, how many on here switch to Hood? Oh, we already did that. Kyle, right? Customers know and trust PayPal. They could be the go-to exchange if they really want to get serious about crypto. I 100% agree, and I think that's what's coming. Chris Betterell, my buddy, the cat knows his stuff. Yep, that bitch. Can you call a cat a bitch? No. Okay. Pussy? I don't want to say that. I can still remember the what the fuck feeling I had when I watched my YouTube video of his. Referring to his intro. Oh, yeah. Cantonese cat, like meow. Cantonese cat. He's great, guys. You should follow him. He's a good dude. Check out his YouTube. And he goes by a different name now. What is it now? It's something else, isn't it? Sealess, if you only hold option and not stock in a company, is it fair to call oneself an investor? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's totally fair. I mean, you're hopefully doing it based on the right timing. So, like, my intention is to make like 3 to 4x at least off of what I would have had in Tesla stock, so that I'm a much more substantial investor in the future than I am right now. So I think as long as you have the right mentality behind it, yes, I think you can 100. I mean, from a voting standpoint, no, you don't get to vote. Michael Myers just got in Dennis and have a good explanation in WAP homepage. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys are such a good community, man. You guys are fucking awesome. Joseph Mock, how do I get access to the Discord? You should be able to go to wap.com/micro to macro, and then you should be able to sign up there, dude. Shale, everything gonna be okay? ArcG and CleanSpark, I think so. Chris Federal, link above Joe. Oh, see this. Anyhow, I'm glad PayPal is getting serious about crypto. They did a little and nothing for the last 5.5 years. Joseph Mock, hey Chris, it takes me to an empty site. Try the one I just put in. Maybe I typed it wrong, because the one I just clicked on gave me this. So you make sure you get that, and then let me know. All right. I'm gonna hop out of chat. We've been grinding here for a while, guys. Let's get back to it. So there's a bunch of stuff. There's so many things. Let's look real quickly. So we kind of looked at the heat map. We know crypto isn't doing bad. Crypto is actually looking pretty good. Let's look at the S&P. The S&P today down, dump, 0.19%. Hide your children. Hide your wife. It's getting scary up in here, guys. Wow. Frightening. Let's see how bad the NASDAQ is. It going to get worse? Oh, fuck no. Oh, wait, it's up 0.14. I guess the sky isn't falling. The Russell's down a little bit, though. Yeah, the Russell went down. But, hey, it just hit support. It's like almost a perfect back test of support. In fact, I feel so confident about it. I'm going to go up here and set this right on this line, because I think that's what matters next. And then I'll do this too. We'll bring you here. There we go. That looks better. All right, let's keep going. The dollar. I said stuff was happening with the dollar. Let's look and see what kind of stuff was happening. Now, it was up, but interesting pattern here, guys. So the real question is, are we going to take a dump, or is this getting ready? Like, is this a bull flag because it's kind of trending down on this longer time frame on the weekly, and it's going to go up? I'm actually kind of undecided. I do think, I've said this before, but I do think there's that path to going up. And I should probably move this here and here. Yeah, so I think it's kind of like this, guys. I think one of these is happening. We're either going down by twice the amount, or we're going up to here and testing higher. And then if we stay up there for a while, it's probably just going to roll over. But that's kind of what we're seeing on the dollar. It's not bad, though. It was up 0.6, and the market didn't really have a lot of issues, and I didn't lose a lot of money, so I think it's a win. Let's check gold. Gold had a record high again today. That's signal about what's happening with Bitcoin. Let me save that. So up 38% in 13 years. Still a shitty return. Oil. Oil fell 2.5% today. So, interesting. Again, with this one, it's kind of like this, guys. It's either we're going down again and trying to find support. And I think if we break down, I think it goes down to here. And so I should probably actually change that to red, but whatever. We'll change that in a second. Or we're going up here. So more downside risk versus upside return right now, I would say, in regard to oil. And again, my theory is that if Trump's doing better, this is dropping no matter what the date. And I got to do another video about election stuff because there's so much bullshit out there in polls. I'm going to do my due diligence again and get caught up with all the latest data and see if I can explain what's happening in polls, because I think a lot of people are being misled, especially from the mainstream stuff. Chris Federal said, I didn't see any members only video. Oh, there's one out there. I did it on X, actually, and I did it on YouTube. So you should be able to see them in both. You should be able to see them in both. They are there. Trust me. Trust me, bro. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, over here. So, again, oil breaking down. All right, move index. Let's see how we're doing. How's the bond volatility? Continuing to break down. It's not a bad thing. Again, the 10 years got a little bit of a yield climb, but the bond market is not ridiculous by any means, and it looks like we're still trying to test down to 80, 79. I love that. I don't hate it. The 2-year is up a little bit today, but again, I kind of feel like I've put so much in here. I'm going to take this out, actually, because I don't think this even matters anymore. This is what I see the path to be. It's either gonna be up and down, or it's down right now and touch the 200 at the 2.9, but it is nothing else. That is the pattern. The inversion. I think we looked at this just a second ago, but again, it's climbing up. It's getting close to my peak here. I think it's getting ready to roll over. I better be right. I mean, it's not the end of the world either way, but all right. So it looks like the dollar versus the yen got stronger today. We don't exactly have a Japanese carry on trade or the trade unwind happening. Jesus. But again, it's important what happens here. We'd like to see us trending along this or falling back down. But if we go up and got all the way even up to 152, this could still be like a shoulder, a head, another shoulder. So we just wouldn't want to go. We want to go down a little bit more first. We want to go to like 136. That would be nice down here. And then we want to try and form that, or maybe even 138 or something. But we want to see this maybe go down a little bit more, probably 137 to 136 at least. And that way we can get that nice head and shoulder pattern. If it doesn't, and we start breaking up over here, then that's interesting. I mean, it can still come down, but it increases the odds that we're trending up here and not down here. And I would like to stay away from that not Goldilocks zone of 161. The Chinese yuan. As you guys get better at this, as you learn more, I'll try and be quicker in my videos. I just want to make sure people are up to speed, but I'll try and refine it along the way too. So the dollar against the yuan actually lost a little bit of steam. Again, I expected to find support down here around the 696 range. I don't think we'll get underneath that. I think the China and the yuan and the yen are all very being tightly controlled, I would say, between the Treasury and these central banks. I think they're definitely working together to try and make sure that things don't get crazy. And again, I'm sure China signaled to our central bank that their goal was to simulate, and that is exactly what they're doing. So a little bit of insurance buying today, really though, still well underneath the recent trend here going back to March of 2022. So it's like 2.5 years we're near the bottoms of this, where people don't care about insurance. And as I've said numerous times on the put call and a few others, these are massive impulses from 2022 on, and this oscillation. History tells us that we're most likely going to trend down, like you can see. And maybe I should draw this better. Maybe I should do stuff like this to show impulses. We'll just do this in real time real quick. Let me find a better color. So we'll do stuff like this. So you can see these big impulses and what happens later. You can see how they trend down, and they do this for years. This one's kind of a weird anomaly. We'll ignore that, but we'll just draw out the others that we can identify. And really, I mean, you could almost, this one is just a fucking crazy prosperity time right here. So, and then right over here again, huge impulse. What did it do? It went down, really, and did it for a while. And then huge impulse, went down hard. And I'm just going to draw this as one because it is fucking huge. And let me just do this. Maybe I should use a different color, but maybe you guys could see. Can you guys see this? Can you see what happens when we have these wicked impulses? And here, I'll draw it here. I'll try and stick with the impulse and not overshoot it. So most of the time when we have these wicked impulses, and here I'll draw it right here, and then this is probably a shorter one and kind of flat. It almost shouldn't even count. But yeah, and then I'll probably, I'm not going to count this one. It's too tiny. But again, so the point I'm trying to make here is that at least based upon historical trends for the put-call ratio going all the way back to 2006, you can see that for this last, almost 20 years, what tends to happen is we have years of sideways down chop after a strong impulse. We just had our strongest impulse in the history of the equity put call ratio. So don't you think you're going to get some downward chop just in oscillation alone? Like, don't you think that's possible? I think that's possible. That's why I just took all this fucking time talking about it. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at Bitcoin. How are we doing today, Bitcoin? Bitcoins, how you doing? How's the corn today? The corn looks pretty good. Down 1.3%. Again, I bought like $50,000, $60,000 worth of this. I think at least 55, something like that. I do want to talk about Bitcoin related news. I actually, maybe I'll take a step back with the economic real quick. And tomorrow might be my marathon, guys. Tomorrow might be my marathon in the morning, and between all of the economic data where I get caught up on a lot of tickers, I might not do too much today, but I do owe you guys, so I will get caught up. So if you want tickers tomorrow morning and before the recap, but in the morning show, I'm going to probably fire up at 7:15, and we're gonna go to like fucking 10 tomorrow. So it's gonna be a marathon. I'll probably go 2 hours and 45 minutes, maybe 3 hours. So I'll get caught up on a lot of tickers then, okay? But I might not get through a ton today, but I'll try and do a few. All right, so U.S. economy. I said I think this can happen until the uninversion cools. If I'm right, is uninversion a word? If I'm right, there's nothing to worry about. Bonds. And what was I saying? I was talking to QE Infinity, and I kind of mentioned this earlier, but he was shitting on the fact that the 10-year was going up. I don't think that matters. He's just representing the mid-level of the curve, like the longer end of the curve, not quite the longer end, but longer the middle is going up over the short term. But I believe that coincides with the uninversion. It's just kind of a normal oscillation, and I think it's going to go away. That was my point here. Ryan Detrick said 22.3% of all days this year have closed at a new all-time high for the S&P 500. Hey, guys, if you could hit the like, it's great for you to do that. And then afterwards, if you comment, too, on any of these, especially on X, if you guys could comment on the video on X, that's where I care the most. If you guys could say things about the video, if you liked it, what part you liked, anything like that, there's a 17.5x multiplier that works towards posts. And it works that way probably on YouTube, too, but I care most about X. So if you guys can help me grow on there, please support that. But yeah, Ryan said 22.3% of all days this year have closed at a new all-time high for the S&P 500. So basically a little more than one out of 5 days, right? He said if my history's right, that's more than once every 5 days in a new high has been made. Amazing how many times they've told us along the way it would be the last new high. They just always keep saying that, right? And it just hasn't been true. It's kind of fascinating. I also said, again, there might be a shutdown of 50% of our port traffic in the next week. Sounds like it won't be the end of the world, though. And what I'm saying in here is, so far, it looks like, based on this article and other things that I've been listening to, that they believe it'll be limited and short. So that's good. So we still don't know about a government shutdown for 10/1, and this might be limited to a non-issue. It could change shipping rates over a short period of time, and I could see people gabbing on about that fucking shit, trying to use it as another reason why the economy is going to fall apart. But, I mean, we climbed the wall of worry on the way higher, and the wall is very robust, even though there's nothing behind it. If you look at all these setups right now, guys, the bears are losing. All of their stuff looks like it's getting ready to break, and from technical levels, and the bulls look like they're getting ready to fly, and there's something signal in that. Ryan also said, why are stocks up 20% 2 years in a row? Forward 12-month EPS, earnings per share, has gone from $225 at the start of 2023 when everyone promised us the recession to end all recessions, and it's up to $267 now. This isn't the only reason, but it's a big reason. So again, forward earnings expectations continue to move up. S&P 500 index next 12 months earnings share. So we're just continuing to see outperformance, and it's not going to stop. And these other people have just been wrong about it. I did post this. I meant this to be a subscribe one so that people couldn't see it. So just like that Tesla one, this would be one where I have it behind the subscribe button. Okay. And the goal here was to share some work from the compound, somebody that Chris Federal got me started on. It says, why is the market looking a lot healthier than it was earlier in the year? I said, sorry. The compound covered this nicely in a video yesterday. In the first half of the year, NVIDIA was the workhorse, as shown below. So, and somebody corrected me in here. So NVIDIA at 4.4%, NVIDIA accounted for 4.4% of the S&P 500's 14.5% in 1H of 2024. So somebody corrected me on some math on the next slide here, indicating that, saying that this was roughly 30% of what was happening with, again, the big cap, or the S&P 500, which is just a huge number. But also, what's changed since then? So the distribution of year-to-date returns, the number of S&P 500 stocks within year-to-date return bracket So since then, right? This is as of 9:24 at 12 p.m. That since then we've seen a basically 4-to-1 ratio almost of companies that are outperforming versus ones that are underperforming. And when you look at the outperformance, it's pretty substantial in the 0 to 20% range. And then again, very strong in the 20 to 40, not even comparable over on this side where it's -40 and -20. It's so much more powerful upside here, guys. And creeping all the way up into the 180, 200% range, whereas you have one company that's went down 60 to 80%. You got one company that's went up 180 to 200. So just all the way up this here, you've got a much bigger impulse on strength in the rest of this market. And that is meaningful. It's meaningful because it means market breadth is expanding. You want that, guys. You want this kind of stuff. So this is beautiful. This is the kind of stuff that's going to be behind the paywall. So again, $5 for the Discord, and you get access to every fucking chart I do, and you get access to the most badass community that's out in the fintech space. And I say that humbly because I think you guys are kick-ass, and it's like almost like a family, or at least it's turning into one, and I think that's great. And then also on X, you can get access to posts like this that I think are going to be very valuable, and I'll try and do more of those. And now, I'm not going to say from who, but somebody has given me access to Tom Lee information, and it's all of it. It's all of it, and there's books of it. And I'm not going to share it, but my mind is being influenced by it. So now you know, too, that not only do I have my views and the work I put in, and then other people that are really brilliant that we follow, that we share all the time, but now you know I've got all the data, too, with Tom Lee. I've got really good data for Glassnode. I might step that up in the future. Here's the deal, guys. If we grow big, what I'm going to do is I'll pay $700 a month to Glassnode to be able to get real-time data on some of the best metrics you can get if you want to make sure that you're ahead of the market when you're getting ready to top. So I'll pay $700 a month for this if we keep growing this bitch the way we're doing it. So if you guys share it out and you tell people it's great and you respond to these posts, we're just going to keep upping our game, and we'll have the best analytics out of anybody out there. And it will help us as a community. So we're gonna kick ass in the future, guys. I'm telling you, it's coming. And if you like that, hype it up in the chat, man. Let's get excited because I think great things are coming our way, and we're gonna manifest our own fucking destiny because we're not a bunch of little bitches. We're people who believe in creating our future, and that's what we're gonna fucking do. All right, that's quite the pep talk. Don't know where all that came from. All right, anyway, here, Bitcoin. Not too bad. MicroStrategy. How can one register? Let me pop it in there real quick. It is up higher, but I'll just throw it out now. Micro to macro. That's that, and then you can also register. You can subscribe on X. And if you subscribe on X, guys, please use the desktop app. I get $5 instead of like $3 and change. Those 30% fees suck. So the more that we keep in this group, the better my tools are going to get. And you all benefit from that, dude. All of you. So it's not just me. I'm already rich. I could just fucking stay home and do nothing. I mean, I couldn't. I've got to have purpose, so I'm kind of fucked either way. So I might as well share it. MicroStrategy, really flat on the day. Down 1.26%, and then it's up 0.88%. If we go down again tomorrow and Tesla goes up, PayPal goes up, any of these things go up, I'm going to keep dialing in. I'm probably going to dial into MSTX next. I've got my BITX. I'm going to start stacking some of this and maybe some other things. But yeah, I'm going to do this. It's simple. I don't have to fuck with my options. Mara. How many people actually tell you what they're going to do? Can you guys name a bunch of traders that actually tell you what they're going to do before they do it? Can you guys name anybody? I'd love to know. Or somebody that shows you their entire portfolio all the time, even when it sucks. Do you guys have anybody who does that? Anybody? Anybody as honest as me? I don't think so. All right, Mara. This looks like a good bottom. It looks like a double bottom on a lower time frame on the 100. I think we're going higher. So I am still interested in that play. It's between MSTX and an option play on Mara. And I'll let you guys know again right away on Discord and X right away whatever I figure out. That's a for sure thing. Let me just update this here. All right, let's do Clean Spark. Oh, dude, we got to do Cypher. All right, It's a good thing I still got it on here. We got to do that too. All right, CleanSpark down 3%, up 1.18% in after hours. That's fucking awesome. Cypher, let's get to Cypher. This is the good one. Up 12%. So again, it's hitting resistance, right? Like we know this, right? We're really good at charts. I'm really good at charts. There's a decent amount of other people in this group that are too. And so Cypher is at 1,000% return. So if you bought Cypher over here on December of 2022, you made 1,000%. So all the people that are bitching about miners, it takes a couple of fucking days and you're rich, or at least doing really well. That's how this works. So get over it. You're going to be fine. Get the dust out of your vaginas, whatever we need to say. 67% is what CleanSpark was down, or I'm sorry, Cypher. 67%, even worse than CleanSpark. Now it's down 51. You can make your money back in an instant. You have to lean into the pain. You know what you need to lean into pain? You need conviction and understanding. So if you don't understand shit, you need to call it out. You need to ask us questions, guys. It's okay. If we can't get everything done in one thing, then maybe I make a separate video out of it. But it's okay in chat to ask questions. As long as they're legit and come from a good place and you're not trying to be an asshole or just argue with me, then and if you're going to argue with me, just have good answers, man, and be respectful. That's all we ask. But this is great. This is a great setup. We can go in a very short period of time. Cypher could go to $6. And if it does that, you know what you know? You know what you know? You know you don't jump into Cypher. You don't jump into Cypher if it's went up like fucking 100% in a week. You don't do that. That's stupid. What you do is you realize that the others are coming up too because somebody just lifted the fucking ocean. So that's the way this stuff works. It's the way it works. And you can see it if we go back over here, guys. If we're just looking at shit coins and I toggle this bitch back to the market caps, look at what happens. Do you think when Bitcoin lifts, it's going to spill out into the smaller ones when it's this fucking big? Do you think? Do you see how it works? Do you see how like oscillation and how size, it's like basic physics, okay? When Bitcoin goes up, it all goes up. All of it. And it spills over into everything, and that's how we get rich. And it works not just in crypto, it works, everything works this way. All of it. Make sure you understand these concepts if you want to do well in life. It's highly recommended. All right, let's keep going. I feel like I'm just kind of all over the place today, but it feels fun at the same time. All right, Tesla up 1%, down 0.24 in after hours. This is not fucking bearish. This is not bearish. If anybody in your feed's telling you they're bearish, you need to follow somebody else. I got a person. He's talking to you right now. All right, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, back over here. Sorry, distracted. Let's go over to Tesla. So, again, I'm going to beat this train really hard today. But if you're having fun, that's all that matters. I'm doing that. All right, so under Tesla, I put nope. All right, well, here, we should probably know what the nope is. So, again, this is where I was talking about the fact that inventories are dropping, but we know demand is stupid fucking high all across the world. And that we're going to have a record-breaking quarter, and that full self-driving is at its fucking doorsteps right now. Right now it's happening. And we've got energy exploding. We've got the Cybertruck is the number one selling fucking truck. You can add up all the other EV trucks, and they can't fucking keep up with the Cybertruck that's going to be becoming profitable this year. You got the energy side of the business. You have the robot that is working in the factories and going to be productionally available next year. And there's so much more. It just doesn't end. And it doesn't even matter if Kamala Harris gets elected. I mean, it does. But this train is going up. Bitcoin is going up. But you're right. We shouldn't vote for her. Well, I don't know who your is. But you shouldn't vote for her. She's a fucking horrible person. And she's going to destroy the economy. That's the last I'll leave it at. Anyway, Teslama said, this chart looks like demand is dropping. I'm sorry for my smooth brain, but I don't understand. That's a legit question, dude, and I totally get that. I didn't even do a good job up here telling you what this fucking chart was, okay? I literally said demand isn't a problem. I mean, I guess you could guess inventory out of that, but I didn't tell you what kind of chart you had. So demand isn't the problem here because inventories are going down, but we know we have record demand. So really, what I should have said is we're almost supply constrained at this point because I would rather see inventories flatlined, not going down. So I actually think they're doing really, really well. And I think the auto market, again, is in a different place. Legacy auto is destroyed. It's rough. But I said in here, nope, because this isn't the only data point. And I just said the bulls are coming. Again, I kind of said this once already, but that's what's happening. So it's coming fast, guys. You better recognize this. You don't have a lot of time. So Elon Musk said to the FAA chief, Mike Whitaker, you need to resign. And if you watch the video, I won't go through all of it right now. You can watch it on your own. I posted some about it. And I've got some in here probably. But it's just complete and utter incompetence. And there's these guys, Elon is able to pressure regulators from social media about their stance on things because he makes them look like fools and makes them look incredibly biased. And I can't imagine that's probably going to create a little greater weight on Elon. But if they can't kill him, if the government can't kill Elon, then we're gonna be doing really good. And honestly, even if he did get shot, we'd probably be fine. You know why? He's got like 15 more fucking of him that he's birthed over the last, God knows how many years. And there's going to be some brilliant motherfuckers in there. Plus, we got a pretty good roadmap. I'm kidding. Obviously, I don't want anything ever to happen to Elon Musk. He's like a hero of mine. I was giddy the day that he said nice and gave a like to my Cybertruck. To the people that don't know, the rest of you, the majority of you have probably seen this like 100 fucking times. But, and it looks better. I should actually post more pictures about my Cybertruck. I literally do nothing with it. I did nothing with videos. And I've got this thing that I just love, but I never fucking share it. Anyway, but originally I got it wrapped. And then Elon Musk, of all fucking people, told me that he liked my Cybertruck. And I was like, I can die now. This is the one fucking time he's ever going to talk to me. But anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of a fanboy. So I want him to stick around for a long time. But at the same time, though, if anything were to happen, we'd still be okay. I mean, Steve Jobs proved that. Elon Musk has a better roadmap in front of him and his companies than Apple did. I would argue that easily. So Senator Milwaukee said, Baird analyst Ben Callow says Tesla full self-driving is accelerating. No shit. I knew that. They have outperform rating with a 280 price target. They're gonna raise that again. This is a video from China. I said they're 10 years behind SpaceX with these guys. And let me pause here real quick. But I said they're 10 years behind SpaceX, and the rest of the world is even further. This is going to be every company that Elon owns. He will be larger. The biggest problem he's going to have is that he will be larger, and he'll be larger and wealthier than most of the governments on Earth in the next decade. So that will be a weird thing that we'll have to figure out. But yeah, so this Chinese company is again behind on things, but they try and get this thing to land. It's kind of cool. Somebody's like, I think it's faked. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't fake the rocket exploding. I don't think they would. See how it just dropped its ass at the end? It's just like, hey, I'm doing it, guys. I'm okay. I got this, guys. Little tiny rocket too. But I got this, guys. And then, no, fuck. I guess I. But hey, they're closer than any other company in the world at doing this, outside of Tesla. The Son of the Walkie breaking per Bloomberg. Tesla potential best quarter in China raises Q3 expectations. Q3 deliveries right after 10/10 are looking good. Hey, guys, I don't know if you know this, but cyclically, Tesla outperforms in Q3 and Q4. Its roughest quarter is usually Q1. So we've got timing on our side, guys. So if you got those options, yummy, yummy, in your tummy. Candy's cat.
Oh, weird, huh? I'm just going to talk normal now.
Oh, yeah. Did you do the weird cat thing?
Well, everybody, I'm Cantonese cat. Hey, everybody.
I love this guy. He's one of my favorite people. I love that he sings you a song about being a fucking cat on what I believe is a ukulele. You're a good man, my friend. John Frank, thank you for the $1.99. Can you go over fib levels for Tesla? Yeah, I will. Give me a sec here. This is actually this is fib levels, right? So this is Fibonacci. It's a different form of Fibonacci. It's a fan pattern, but so this is fib, and it's showing that Tesla right now is getting ready to break out, and I 100% agree with this. This is actually a good way to look at it. And so I won't show his whole video. I will repost him real quick here in case any of you guys want to watch it. It's about 10 minutes. But I do agree with what he's talking about here with Tesla. I'll show you my stuff too. But I wanted to show you his first because he plays a fucking ukulele. Anyway, show my boy some love, man. He's a good guy. Breaking, Goldman Sachs recommends buying Tesla call options before October. Oh, wait, Goldman Sachs does too? Wasn't that Baird? Or no, Baird said price target 280. Goldman Sachs says buy calls? What the fuck? Interesting. Q3 deliveries. Looks exciting. They don't even know how good the robotaxi is. Oh, the Cybertruck. Deliveries in Mexico. I like Mexico. I mean, we could shut down the border, but outside of that, I love hearing about this shit. And this is cool. So this is an event here where they're deploying the first ones in Mexico. And in Canada and Mexico and soon enough Europe. And then the semi is going to be all over the place. And one of my buddies says that it's a $1 trillion business. And I agree with it. Hey, this is a rarity. We got Bernie fucking Sanders before he dies saying that obesity is a problem and Elon Musk was right. He actually pitches drugs after this. So not exactly what you would expect from Bernie, maybe back in the 60s, but being, a corporate drone. But he's right about it, though. And he says Elon Musk is right. So we're going to listen to it. And Stephen King the other day, guys, called Twitter X. He was shitting all over Elon Musk in his post, but he called Twitter X, and Elon Musk was ecstatic. He didn't respond to anything Stephen King said, and instead said, "You called it X," and put big hearts on there because he was so happy that he called it X, finally, after saying he never would a million times. But yeah, here's Bernie Sanders saying that Elon Musk is right, since it's probably never going to happen again. Let's listen to it.
And when we talk about differing political views, I will tell you that Elon Musk, not one of my great political allies,
I actually still like
posted
Bernie.
on Twitter, and I quote, "Solving obesity greatly reduces risk of other diseases, especially diabetes, and improves quality of life. We do need to find a way to make appetite inhibitors available to anyone who wants them," end of quote. And Mr. Musk is right.
Yeah, now if they would have just put an Ozempic commercial at the end, then you would have got the point. Fucking crazy. Whatever. All right, Elon Musk, he wants to tell us something. When a man this brilliant says something, I want to listen to it. This is the testimony conversation with that FAA chief, and it is just brutal. I'm not going to play it, but it's good. And then Chamath, again, all of his billionaire friends and all these influential people that want the U.S. to do well in the future are businessmen that are on the left, guys. They've got to look at this stuff and be like, we can't have this. We don't want the government intruding. We want to be the leaders in the world in space, right? Like, we want that. We don't want China to win and catch up. We want to be the leaders, so we need to make that happen. And Elon Musk says, power to the people. The people should decide what's important, not a handful of editors. This is a really great response that he had here. I get that some people might not like this guy over here because he's a Jew, but I think people like that are fucking racist, and I don't like racist people. So you can fuck off and go to somewhere else if you don't like it. But let's listen to him talk here, and then I'll just elaborate on my thoughts.
I don't think that there should be a gatekeeping function by a small number of individuals. If you say, like, for newspapers in America, there are about 5 editors that decide what gets put on the front page, or what to focus on.
5 editors. That's about right.
What not to focus on. And most of the other papers just copy them, essentially. So, but is that really what we want? Do we want just a handful of people deciding what they think is important, or should it be that the people decide what's important?
I can tell you where he's going here, guys. He's saying that with X, we can decide what's important. And I personally agree with him. And I hope that people that follow me would understand this too. Because if you don't, you're not doing a good job really thinking about it.
And I think it should be sort of an organic thing where the people decide what's important and what to focus on.
Organic X community notes.
Not just a handful of editors. And yeah, they don't like the fact that this power has been taken away from them, but I think it should be.
Fuck yeah, brother. God, I love this man. All right, here's another good one. So this is from my boy Hassan Sajwani. We have similar feelings about what's happening with Israel and Gaza and the Free Palestine movement. He's a good dude, and I think he lives in Saudi Arabia. But he has a nice comment here. He said she tried to throw dirt on Elon, but love how Bill Nelson, NASA administrator, slapped her hard and tight. This is an epic bitch slap. And I fucking love it. And I love that there's people like this in government still. These are the people we need to hire.
Do you worry about Elon Musk
Sorry,
and the
that's loud.
misinformation
Sorry,
that he spreads that detracts or distracts from NASA and its mission?
You know, the good news about that is that Elon has a president that he lets run the company, and her name is Gwen Shotwell. And she's done that. She was the 8th employee of SpaceX. And she's done a phenomenal job. And as we say in the South, the proof's in the pudding. Look at the crew to orbit, cargo to orbit. Now we'll see they, along with Jeff Bezos' company, Blue Origin, are going to be our 2 landers. We're going to get our astronauts to the moon in lunar orbit, and then they will transfer into first a SpaceX lander and then a Blue Origin lander.
Hey, somebody who actually gives a shit about America leading in something. Awesome. Which party do you think gives a shit about America leading in stuff right now? I think I know. I think it's the Republicans. Even if you don't like them, if you don't like Trump, this is the party you vote for.
Right, and I think
This is an epic bitch slap. It's coming.
it's not necessarily how SpaceX is run, as you're saying. I'm just talking about the distraction of the constant headlines about him, and if you all feel like that's a distraction.
Well, they distract you, but they don't distract NASA.
Oh, fuck yeah. They distract you. They don't distract NASA. I'm sorry. That was fucking great. The rest of this is about the same. I think we're good on this part. We're done here, I think. Let's go through the rest of these. So, PayPal, again, I don't know. I think I talked about this at the beginning. Seems like I've been here a while. But, yeah, this is cool. The whole PayPal just enabling merchants to buy and hold and sell crypto directly from their PayPal business accounts is a huge deal. I don't know if the world knows it yet. Kathy Wood, she bought PayPal on the 23rd. Yay. 23rd, Crossroads says, on PayPal's advertising platform, this was just a couple days ago, I'm excited to see what smart receipts can do. Over 300 million receipts are opened by PayPal users each month. 300 million. Imagine what happens. These smart receipts have coupons in them where they're going to try and basically market additional goods. It's been a little bleh in the beginning, but it's getting better. They're getting better at understanding what what I like to buy. And they're doing this with everybody. And so when they get a receipt, they're going to be like, hey, it looks like there's 6% back at your favorite thing. Do you want 6% off? So I think this is going to be huge. I don't think people realize how much advertising revenue PayPal is going to be bringing in the future. I do. Crossroads does. I hope you guys do. That's probably it for now. That's good. That's good. Let's look at the stock. And let's go back because somebody asked about Tesla. I've been all over the place. Sorry, I'm just really in a ranty mood today, guys. It could be good stuff, though, I think, most of the time. So, again, looking at fibs here, if we zoom out, I wish I could just take the drawings out. Can I do that? Can I just hide? But when I do that, it takes out my fib. I wish the fib wasn't a drawing. I'm going to talk to TradingView about this. I wonder if I can get them to fix it. I'm going to find out. But yeah, anyway, let's look at the fibs. So I draw them differently. Again, I've got a trend-based fib extension here. So I'm taking what was the phase 3, like right when we were getting ready to ramp into phase 3. I'm taking the end of that phase 2, and I'm grabbing it at the bottom here, and like, what is it? June of 2019. I'm drawing that to the top over here. In November of 2021, I'm drawing it back down to December, January 2023, right around that range. And that gives me my next, it's a trend-based fib extension. You find it over here. I'm sorry, here, right here. I've got these saved. I saved the fib and the trend-based because it's the fib retracement if you're wondering how far it'll fall. And it's the trend-based fib extension if you think you've already fallen all the way and you're getting ready to go up. That's the difference, right? So I think we're ending this next phase, which is the phase 3. I think we've done this consolidation over here, and I should say this right. Let me go back. So again, phase 1 consolidation zone, phase 2 consolidation zone, phase 3 consolidation zone before launch. They each had launches, right? This one was neutered because the Model 3 deliveries were horrific. It just destroyed it. It kept this company down for a couple of years because they were in so much pain. Then we had phase 3. Phase 3 was led on by the Model Y. Model Y, huge success, right? We'd got the S, the X pretty fine-tuned. The Model 3 was finally going. The Y was the one that was going to make it all worthwhile. It had like 70% of the same parts as the 3. So it was going to make it a lot more, economies of scale was going to make it a lot more economical. It was all beautiful. And then we launched 3,200%. Now we're in phase 4 consolidation, and phase 4 sends us a lot higher. And we're sitting here above the first fib level at the .236. We've got the next one at the 399 range. That's really the next resistance. I think we could hit 605 in the next year, and with a possibility of going to 910 in 1.5 years, 910. And if it takes 2 years, are you going to fucking care? Not if you're out of options between 395 and 605, you're not. Because then you're going to be in all stock, and if it takes an extra half a year, you're not going to give a fuck because you're going to make so much money. This is the game plan for Tesla. The .618 is the golden retracement zone, so the 900s would be really tough, and it would get the PE ratio really, really high. Again, it's not that high right now. If we look at the historical PE ratio, let me actually see here. Maybe Y charts will give it to me. So let's see, Tesla. If we look at the PE rate, shit, I don't want to pay for this. This is another tool I gotta get. Let me see here. Tesla historical PE ratio. So profit to earnings ratio. I'm looking for, I think maybe Macro Trends will show it to me for free. Come on. Free. Hey, free. All right, cool. Let me scroll down. So this is showing the stock market price, right? But there's stuff people don't show you that's very meaningful. And this is one of those times. So while we've been up here, guys, while we hit that price peak up here, that was so painful. While we did that, something else happened. So while we hit that 400, well, actually it was over. On here it says 1100 PE ratio. It got really stupid, right? When we went up here, it got really stupid. And then the price went up a little bit higher. But this was very dangerous. Now, they were growing at such a massive rate that even though the price was going up, the PE ratio was dropping. And so look at where we are now for valuation. Look at this bottom. Does this look... Yeah, there we go. Does that look... Oh, wait. I can't go lower. It's so hard to do things backward. Does this look like it's overvalued by a great amount right now compared to what it can be historically when a major event happens? This was S&P inclusion and a number of good factors, like, again, Model Y ramp going really, really well, along with just other exciting things in the product line. But we've got the biggest events in history happening, and this company has never fired on the cylinders it's firing on right now. So if you're missing this because you think it's not valued, like you think it's probably too overvalued, we went up a little bit, bullshit. The price might have went sideways, but the PE ratio has fell through the fucking floor, and this company is crushing every auto company on earth right now, and that's just one fucking part of their business. So Anyway, Signal, much? All right, Hood, let's just roll through the rest of these. I'm probably not going to do any tickers, guys. I'm fucking sorry. I've been busting my ass, though. I'll probably look through comments, and we can chat a little bit longer for a few minutes, but I'm probably not going to look through tickers. This is a pretty epic one today, guys. I think there's a lot of good stuff in here. I hope you've enjoyed it, but I think I need a little bit of a break. I'm just doing a lot. Hood, consolidating, whatever, doesn't matter. Fuck it. Might buy more of that too. SoFi, down 1.28%, so it's underneath the .618. This is an indecision candle on the monthly time frame, but the month is not over. We've still got about a little less than a week. So I think we're going up. Square, I think got hit pretty good today. Oh, yeah, 3.41%, but again, it's sitting above peak volumes and above the fib, so it's still sitting in a really good place. Might even look at options for this one. I don't know, man. I just hope Tesla keeps going up, because then I just keep nibbling off, and I'm still got 1.2 million in Tesla in options that could just fucking explode. But then at the same time, I can shave off like what, $20,000-$30,000 a day and just buy shit. I'm so fucking happy right now. And if PayPal starts doing that too, what the fuck? It's gonna get crazy. Palantir, was it red today? Yeah, it was up 0.6%. Down 0.35%. I feel like we're rolling over. in Palantir. ArcG down 2%. It's kind of finding support right here, which is also where it kind of found support over here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and here. So if I was going to find support, if my name was try and find support, I would try and do it right here. Right here. I would try and do it right here. And then I would paint it green. And then I would look at this for a second and be like, yeah, well, you know what? And if we just do this, we're trying to find a little median where we're sitting right on it because it's a big bold line. Let's see. Resistance, support, support, support. Let's get rid of this thing real quick. Oh, kind of support. Support, support. Support, 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 sport. Do you think it's sport? I think it's sport. I'm going to say sport. Yep, we're sport. We're definitely sport. All right. Flux. Flux is up. Okay, cool. It's going to go up more. So that's good. That's all I got there. DLO, I don't even think that really went anywhere. Boring. All right, I'm going to look at comments. See if you guys have said anything. Did I put you guys to sleep? Did I say anything good? Is there any hype in the chat? Does anybody want to hype in the chat? I'm gonna hit pick one. You know what I need? I need a soundboard where I can just make crazy fucking noises and force you guys awake. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm gonna get weird ones too. It's gonna get crazy. The Discord has a bunch of weird soundboard things. I might use it. Anyway, let me see what we got here. Just fucking shooting the shit to myself the whole time. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Let me scroll up here. We'll just start somewhere randomly. BP debate, October 1st. Oh, dude, you know we're doing that shit. October 1 from 7 to 8:30. That's happening. BP debate, guys. I think that's going to be killer. Jesse, the chat is fine. Oh, God, Jesse, no soundboard. Don't become Kramer. Dude. Now you make me want to do it more. Now I'm tired. You make me want to. I'm just going to do it with like one. I promise. I'll only do one. I definitely won't go to 2 or 3. We'll see. That is a Meet Kevin thing. But it helps with attention. It's proven to work. All right. Yeah, BP, we're doing that. Dr. Gonzo, peace. JD, BTC probably will retest back down to 50 to 80K during next bear market. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah. That's usually what happens. You usually touch like the previous high or get close to it or get a little bit into it. I would agree with that. That's probably good. And again, let's think about what that looks like, guys. Let's run a number on this, right? What does that look like? What does it look like if that drops that far? So it depends on where we're at, right? So let's see what that would look like. I think that's a fun thing that you just said right there. So if we get to 150,000, which I think is my bare minimum, right? And then we drop down to like, let's say 60, which is normal. Like this can totally happen. Like you can hit these levels and kind of depress into them. It probably wouldn't be that far though. It'd probably honestly be this fib right here. So it'd be like the 65 range is what I would see. I'm going to change the color real quick here. I got to start making videos of this shit so you guys don't have to watch the whole thing. Because I think I have some bangers in here, but I also talk for fucking ever, which is a lot. So I think I need to make, we need to get admin editor wife on this shit. Right, honey? I don't know where she is, but we're going to get her working on this. But yeah, I totally could see this. Like, and this would be what? A 76% drop if it was from my highest level of 280K, which I think is feasible. I would be, again, I'm going to try and be all out between these levels. It just depends on what kind of momentum we have. But if we're really overextended on all the different indicators I've started to show you guys, then I would get the fuck out. But a 76% drop historically would probably be the best that we've had. And again, if we don't go that high, like let's say we got to 200,000 and it was like the 20,000 range with Bitcoin. If we only drop like 67, 68%, that's a wreck. Like that's beautiful. And as you get bigger, you become less volatile, and so the downside risk becomes lower. But I still think this is my exit strategy is be out of options and all multipliers like miners around 150K, unless things are looking really good from technical levels and macro and other things line up. I might go a little bit longer on some of it, but I'll be dialing out the whole way. You guys know how I am, and I'll televise it to you, and hopefully it's helpful. But yeah, I agree, JD. Mac Lauk, thanks, needs 55. He is awesome. And sorry for having you compile the fucking list and then literally talk about not doing it, needs. I am sorry. It's just I'm tired, dude. I've been putting a lot of brain cycles, like not physically tired, but like mentally tired from working pretty hard lately. So I just need some time to decompress for a little bit. We got more cool shit happening, so. But I just got to do it at a regulated pace or I'm going to lose my mind. Mike Lehman says 262 watch and only 72 likes. That's really disappointing. There are still 255 people here. If we can't get above 72, I'm going to cry. So if you want to see that on air, actually I'll cry if you actually do hit like a lot. If we get above 250, it's pretty hard. Can that, if the market anticipates this with BTC, then how can we wash out the miners in time? Cash out the miners in time, because the market doesn't anticipate this. Most people are greedy as fuck, and they'll ignore reality to capitalize and try and get as much as possible. But we're not going to do that, right? Because we're not going for the last 100%, right? If you made 1,500%, or let's say 30, or 3,000%, or let's say some crazy, 10,000% number. If you made some really crazy numbers, and again, it doesn't have to be that much. Let's just say with Bitcoin, it's like, let's just say 10, 15x. If you've gotten that much, why would you want to try and double it one more time? Well, mentally, you want to double it because that's 20 to 30x, right? Like that's the way your brain looks at it, but really it's one more doubling, and that's the way you should always look at it. So we don't care about the last 100%. Maybe even 150%. We care about looking at the next things that are undervalued and that are going to go up in the future. And we ride cycles, we ride waves. People say you can't do that. It's bullshit. That's all I've been doing since 2019. Really, 2017 when I started, is I'm riding waves. And I know what I'm doing, and it's turned out really good, and I've made a lot of money off of it, and I've showed you guys how much money I've made off of it in a graph. So, and I do it every day. So I feel like that's probably credence enough to at least take it seriously enough to try and focus on it and contribute to it and grow it and hopefully become really wealthy off of it. That's my thought. All right. I want to read more of these guys, but I'm just fucking spent. So I think I'm probably going to call it here. So again, if I didn't get to your guys' comments, I'm sorry. Joe Barassa says, yo, Jesse, this morning you said the mortgage 30-year rate was going to accelerate in the 5s in 2 weeks after next reading. The next reading means cut literally 2 weeks. Thank you. So hopefully I'm understanding your question correctly. So I do think that I think we should see it roll over. We might not. The 10-year, I mean, again, mortgage rates aren't the 10-year. So I think that we dip into the 5s. It doesn't really fucking matter, though. We're at like 5.1 what right now? Like, it doesn't fucking matter. But I think, or I'm sorry, 6.12 or some shit. But I think we dip into the 5s, and if it takes an extra week, it still doesn't fucking matter. We're probably getting at least 50 bips this year. I played that video from Dryden, I think, Pinnacle, whatever the fuck his name was, that I had you guys follow. And that was that. I agree with his approach. I think that's exactly what's happening. So hopefully I answered your question. Chris, good example. Last cycle, I round-tripped Riot from $2 to $80. Last cycle, among others. Yeah. So I made, shit, Mara too. Mara was insane, man. I made 100x on some of my investment last cycle. So, multiple things. So, but if you dial out of them early, you'll be ahead of the game. And again, we have all these tools, guys. I've shown you. I just made a video last week showing a bunch of tools that we have at our disposal, and I just got done telling you guys that I'll pay $700 a month if we grow this shit, in order to be able to get it to where we have Glassnode at like levels where I'm getting updates on the hour of what's happening on chain. Imagine what I can do with that. So if we work hard together, I think we'll be way ahead of everybody else. I think there's a high likelihood of that. Alex, take a rest. Let's get ready for tomorrow. Agreed. Chris Federal, I did the same on Mara as well. Sealess, nice, Chris. That's top notch. So yeah, so let's do more of that. Let's do that again. Let's try and be really, really smart, guys. Yeah, don't round trip. And I'm sorry that happened to you, Chris. You should have listened to me. I don't know if you were listening to me back then. I can't really remember. Timing wise, maybe you weren't. Let me know. Maybe you weren't around in the Facebook group back then. I don't remember, honestly. It's like all the years blur together. You probably weren't. But I was out. I made that money, and I wish you would have too. And let's do it this cycle. Chose not to. Oh, sorry, man. Well, hey, you can at least vouch for me. Chris vouches for me. He saw the round trip. Well, he saw his round trip, and mine stopped halfway. All right. I think that's it, guys. I love you guys, again, a ton. I don't even know. Let me see what the Discord's at right now. It's just fucking insane. And then you guys are signing up on X. Again, do it from the desktop if you do it. But I appreciate you guys so much. We're at 464 members on the Discord. I think that's insane. We'll make it better for you guys, I promise. We'll make it to where it's valuable for you. Oh, my God, I've got X alerts in here. Is that, like, legit? It's got my fucking posts, yo. It's got my fucking posts. Admin wife is a badass. Look at this, guys. X alerts right here. Don't have YouTube up yet, but we've got my X posts in here now, too. Fuck yeah. This is so cool. All right. Anyway, I love you guys. Again, thank you for everything. We'll work hard for you. You guys work hard for us. We'll work hard for you. I think that the message for today, maybe, is that Bitcoin isn't going to zero. It's that fucking Tesla's going to crush it. I think we're just starting at the top, and we're going to play some music for a while. I love you guys. See you tomorrow, bright and early. It's going to be a fucking marathon tomorrow, so be ready for it, okay? All right, peace out, guys. Bye.
Optimus, the robotic humanoid under development by Elon Musk's Tesla Inc., is sparking concerns around job security.
This is not financial advice, silly.
Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Turned up to work and went to start my day. Was barely late, like 9:08. So took my coffee break. Then I got hungry, so I just stopped by the free buffet. But then to my dismay, I heard somebody say, "That's instrument you have lost. You have not met your quota. Pack your belongings in a box. Now it's over." Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. But I'm in management. I work hard every day. I need these benefits. Health and 401k. How could they do this shit though? Where will I trade my crypto? I had a second monitor for Twitter. Where will it go? Somebody please stop the bus. I mean, not the fuss, but there's lots of us. And now you say you won't pay me to play ping pong because Optimus. I mean, who employs a damn humanoid? Some new droid for you to exploit. Deploy to destroy your human droid. No lunch breaks, great. Get a few deployed. Your time is up, human inferior to me. I'll take it from here, you're relieved of your duty. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. It's okay, human, please don't cry. You can always go and become a Twitter thread guy. Make pretty pictures with Midjourney on your new PC. Or make some YouTube videos about ChatGPT. Sucker. Robot just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. just stole my job. I'm there like, oh my god. I blame it on Elon. He's taking all I got. I mean, I didn't even write this song. I just used ChatGPT because it's way easier. Holy shit. We are so doomed. Robot just stole my job. Robot just stole my job.
What do you do with the Bitcoin besides it just gather value?
Real estate developers in New York City, they're not buying the real estate because they want to live in it.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. Okay. Right, like the point is if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura. Forever.
Right, I mean, right, but I mean we can all look Bitcoin sort of as
forever, Laura. People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them